What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Spencer. So yeah, if you guys didn't check it out, I would definitely go look at my Sacred Beast structure deck. I went over all the cards in there and all that kind of stuff, but yeah, so I just noticed that YouTubers seem to be building the strangest version of the deck, and I can understand it because it's something that they're just going to mention for 2 seconds because most of them focus on more competitive, but I personally think that their builds were like, Garbo Bonzo beans, whatever you want to call it. But let's go into it. Here is an Eldritch matchup. So I try my best in this video to show you as competitive as I can. So, and soon I'll be doing a deck profile for this as well. So I get hit with a Ghost Ogre, which is pretty unfortunate, but at the very least, like, it's still, even though I got Ghost Ogre, it didn't negate. So and obviously the Seven Spirits of the Gate unleashes based off the anime type of thing. So yeah, I feel pretty comfortable about this. Look, I'm restricting myself with there can be only one in a sense, so I can't summon this bad boy anymore. But Eldritch, as we know, has a lot. It struggles a lot from there can be only one. It's basically the win condition in a sense for the deck. So he can't like summon any of these little bad boys. So that's like right there off top. Like, that's really tough for him. So hoping to draw into my hand traps to kind of help me out, but I guess in case my Raviel gets off the field, I'm feeling pretty okay. And that's a great top deck for sure. He saw the writing on the wall, but yeah. So again, I know that most people see this as an OTK deck. I see it as a control deck, and I think it works really well as one as well. Here's Harpy Ladies. I'm trying to show you guys a little bit of everything. Do I think this is going to top anywhere to regionals and surprise people? No, I don't. But I do think there is an optimal version of this deck. So here's full combo. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this. So yes, I guess there technically is a combo version of this. This is the ideal opening. It literally doesn't get better than this. This is insane. So yeah. I have my skill drain online now, and I Ash Stacks. I don't know what he's got in his hand or what graveyard effects he has, and also I'm able to trigger my Sacred Beast Awakening. So this is all jank, but yeah. So I'm starting to take over now. This is it's not an unbreakable board, obviously, if you have Twin Twisters and stuff, but if you're not drawing into that, your monsters aren't doing anything. He can't get over this. He's trying to activate effects, but obviously you can't. And this is just another insane top deck, honestly. What are you going to do? So everything's just getting negated. So that was Harpulated. I just want to show you because it's like crazy, insane opening because I don't run too many of these. Some people are running like 3. I was like, whoa, what is going on here? You only need one at a time, basically. So let's not get crazy. This is full combo again. And I also have this Sacred Beast Awakening in my opening too, which is super good. And that lets me search a copy of Fallen Paradise. It feels like people are running Ghost Ogre recently, which is really annoying because it destroys Fallen Paradise, obviously. But there can be only one with Sacred Beast Awakening is nearly unbreakable. Honestly, I don't even know what you would do. So I'm just gaining life points because whatever. So I'm going to burn him here. Yep. So that was a graveyard effect, unfortunately, but still I have the There Can Be Only One. He's running all machines, so it's like, what is he going to do anyways? If I had a Sacred Beast that was a machine, that would be even better, but didn't work out that way. But I have way more than enough than lethal, so like, that's just a quick example, obviously, of how quickly you can take advantage. Here is a pretty relevant thing for you guys, for sure, obviously. So I'm going to fire off a Pot of Extravagance, which meets an Ash Blossom, which is like, I guess that's fine, but I have all my combo pieces for full combo here anyways, along with the skill drain. So everyone knows that I should have gone for Sacred Beast Awakening. I actually messed up my combo here. Please don't judge me. So even though I messed up, I have a skill drain, so I'm like, once I knew he was playing Prank Kids, I was like, okay, that's fine. Plus I'm you know, it's a 4,000 attack body, obviously. So, and I can and Cerulean Skyfire is still online, and I've been recently playing Prank, so I know basically all I have to do is stop his fusion spell, and his turn's over. Yeah, it's fine. Even though there's a skill drain, like it's, I don't know, it just felt like it was necessary. Plus, it doesn't hurt me. I don't know if he has something that can get rid of skill drain, but obviously it doesn't. So he can do a whole bunch of stuff and what he wants, and I'm obviously summoning this. And the top deck Sacred Beast Awakening is the pudding on the cake, or whatever you want to call it. He unfortunately had it called by the grave. It's what are you gonna do about it? It doesn't matter anyways. So yeah, here we go. Skill drain 2 4,000 attack bodies on the field, and now he's there's another basically skill drain on the field. So if he gets rid of one, he's not getting rid of the other. Meanwhile, I'm gaining you know, life points every single time he summons. I don't know why he is. I guess just because he feels like he can find a play to get past this all. But Prank Kids spam the field a lot, so I'm just gonna keep doing this over and over again. I'm like climbing up towards 20,000 life points while he can't do anything. It's not bad. So that was an activated effect. That's a no-go, unfortunately for him. He's basically left doing nothing here. I mean, I don't even know why he's doing this. I guess just because he's like trolling, I guess. Is this what trolling means? So this is a great card for game 3. I mean, oh my gosh, if you're going to time. Again, he keeps trying to activate effects, but you know, you just can't. Top deck, you know, Twin Twisters or whatever. Let's see what he's got. It's not like he can do this anyways, so... and I went ahead and negated that. Again, I don't want any fusion nonsense going on. And I have 20,000 life points and all this advantage. And now I have a There Can Be Only One. These are a little, you know, it's not perfect, but it does lock him out a little bit. And now obviously I have a lot going on here as long as he can only control one monster. Drew a Nibiru, but this deck really plays around Nibiru. Like, unless you have full combo, you're never really gonna have to worry about it. He just has a 0 attack monster face up, so I'm like, okay, this is game. He gets recalled by the Ravens, okay, whatever. But yeah, that was plenty enough to finish it off. Here's another quote unquote meta relevant matchup. Here's Ultrageist. And he actually is going first, so hopefully you guys will see a different side of things. Open up with Unleashed, and obviously he goes for a search, which helps me out, so he can't negate any of my stuff going on here. Open up with a Dark Beckoning Beast. He negates that, but it's fine because I can, again, just use the Spirit Gates Unleashed. And I get a Fallen Paradise. Obviously, let's draw 2, see what I can get. Oh, another Ash Blossom and a Sacred Beast Awakening. So that is ideal. So yeah, here we go. Fortunately for me, he has a spell, a Mystic Mine, which is just like, ugh, that's just so annoying. But I know I have a Twin Twister in my deck, so I go ahead and draw into it. I have another one, so I guess if he opens up another Mystic Mine, which I doubt he's playing Terraforming, so I feel pretty comfortable. And now it's a you know, a skill drain on the field. So he's going to try to go ahead and attack over me and then send, which I'm assuming he would have sent Sacred Beast, but it's like, okay, well, you can't anyway, so what's going on here? And I have targeting protection, which is like really big against Ultrageist, and he doesn't have anything to do from there. Here, I think is a pretty quick tool. It's like Beast deck or something. I don't know what you want to call this, but in case you play it, here you go. I've played around with Uriah a little bit. This is a bit of an older build, but I just want you guys to see a little bit of the capabilities, no matter what build you have, hopefully. And just having floodgates like this on the field is most important to me. And I got the Uriah on field. Here's Fallen Paradise, and I was trying to dig into the deck and hopefully get some traps in the grave, but it didn't work out. I should have put this in attack position, but that was just a silly mistake by me. In any case, I know he's playing a beast deck, so it's like, what is he going to do anyways? The fact that all of these are different types is just so massive for the deck because, you know, I can have potentially 3 like 4,000 attack bodies on the field with no problems to me. And he gets rid of that, which is pretty big, but yeah, now I have all 3 of these bad boys and a macrocosm on the field now. So, and monster negates are negated. There can be only one. That is a nasty freaking board, guys. That is crazy stuff right there. Let's keep going on. You know me, I'm sadistic. I love Dark Magicians, but I know how bad they are, so I like to mess around in that sense. And you guys will see something really interesting here. This is a great opening for Dark Magician, obviously. But luckily for me, I did have full combo, but I think I mess it up here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I do. So definitely could have been a lot better. But I do have the negate and 2 forms of interaction, which I guess could be worse. And I know the effects of Dark Magical Circle, but maybe I should have waited. I mean, I guess I could have negated that, the banishing effect. So he is like pretty much going off here. This is a really tough spot to be in. He's going to activate Dark Burning Magic. I just tried to fire that off just in case he has it in his next turn. But he blows up like 5 cards from my field. But you will see how easy it is to actually go off in this deck. Go ahead and shoot a Kaiju's way so he doesn't activate any effects. And having him on is definitely not bad. And since I can grab a continuous soul from my graveyard, which is another effect of this, I feel pretty comfortable. I figure he doesn't have anything else, and he doesn't. He blind fires an Allure, which I don't think I would do, but that is Dark Magician. You got to get desperate. I can grab another continuous spell from my graveyard, so I'm able to just continually gain advantage. Grab a Dark Chaos Summoning Beast. Go ahead and get that Raviel. Boom Shakalaka. And for a while, I put Eater Millions, which isn't a bad part of spot removal, and I'm able to easily swing in for game, even after getting blown up. So that's the ceiling of Dark Magicians. Here's another one. Blind fires into it. Goes for a Red Eyes Fusion. I'm like, oh, I would prefer you not to do that. And I don't know if he runs multiple copies. I doubt it. Again, since I have all the combo pieces, this one I was really starting to learn. I go ahead and search one of these trap cards, especially if I know I'm summoning both of my Sacred Beast, which I will here with a Fallen Paradise. So this is the most ideal hand, and obviously you're not going to open it every time. But if you do, it is almost, I don't want to say it's impossible, but it's almost impossible to beat. And so once I go here, I'm like, okay, here's my first form of interaction that I can go ahead, activate Sacred Beast Awakening, and then I have the Twin Twisters just in case he goes for his Dark Magician play. So that's pretty nasty. Here's another Eldritch matchup, and I think he kind of quit out in the middle of the duel, but this was the trap heavy version of the deck. That was for Uriah. So I do want to show you guys a little bit of an all-encompassing version of the deck, but again, there can be only one. Is not a lot of decks can play it, obviously, because that's pretty hard to play around yourself. But that is a powerful floodgate that they have access to, and actually opening up the Sacred Beast is not a bad thing anymore, which I think is the biggest plus side to the deck. He negates that, unfortunately. I still have a 4,000 attack body on the field with 2 forms of interaction. With there can be only one, which is really important against Eldritch. Go ahead. I should be firing off of there. Can be only one here, and I'm going to go ahead and get rid of one of his golden boys and take control of the other one to feel pretty good about that. I know he won't be summoning any of these boys because then you only control 1 zombie. These honestly aren't a problem anymore. And to top deck a 7 Spirit Gates, I should have put it in a different column. That was really stupid of me, but you live and learn. What are you going to do? I think he's going to try to crash into his golden boy here, which makes sense. He's trying to gain his advantage back, but still, I have that there can be only one, so most people aren't expecting that at all. And it's a 4,000 attack body at the end of the day, so not easy to get over with their Chameleon 1. Almost impossible, I would say. And in main phase 2, obviously I can just pitch whatever I want if I wanted to. Let's see. Oh, I didn't have it online actually. But he saw the writing on the wall there. He didn't have anything. Here's Generators, another deck that's, you know, semi-popular. I do have Inspector Border in my final build of the deck. Going first, if someone forces you and you don't have anything, it's a backup plan. Basically, you're either going to open up full combo or you're going to have Inspector Border. And this is an absolute blowout card against most decks. We'll see what I can draw into here, of course. That's the idea, is that you draw into some of your floodgates. And I draw into my Kaijus, which, okay, you know, not the best, but certainly not the worst, I would say. Just in case he's able to get rid of my Fallen Paradise, I want to protect myself here. Don't have the Ash, which is unfortunate, so he's going to be able to go through. But I do have my Kaijus, not the biggest deal in the world. I'm going to try to draw two. He's going to summon his Trios and destroy my Fallen Paradise, which I guess isn't the greatest, but getting rid of the rest of his interaction for the turn, barring any hand traps. And I'm able to kind of swing over his monsters. That was the idea behind all of this. And being that I had 2 Sacred Beasts, everything is now turned offline. And plus, when his generator tokens go off inadvertently when he doesn't want to, I'm going to gain a whole bunch of life points. And I'm able to protect myself with Salmon Almirage here. One of my favorite cards. Tries to activate it again. I don't think... He's probably just joking, but fortunately he did like have the thing again, but it's not too big of a deal to me, honestly. So here we go. All the tokens are going to come on the field. That's going to give me a ton of life points. All of them being 2,500. To instantly gain that much advantage, I think, is pretty insane life point-wise, which isn't the most important, but it definitely does not hurt. He's going to try to fire off his IP, but obviously he can't. Fallen Paradise draws 2 more, and I'm able to swing over these tokens anyways. So that was pretty good. Here is Gimmick Puppets. Gimmick Puppets, and this is a pretty darn good opening. I'm able to grab something good. And I'm probably going to go for a pretty more linear play here. Hamon's the most important. That way at least I have at least one piece of interaction here. Draw 2, draw into a Kaiju. I mean, what are you going to do? It's not the best, but it's not the worst either. I do have one form of interaction here. And I'm not familiar with Gimmick Puppets, so I keep want to say Puppets. So I'm just kind of like playing it by ear. I'm assuming he doesn't open up the best, especially because this is... I guess he doesn't want to use Machine Dupe on this, or he doesn't have 2 other copies of it, but... that's protected, and I'm like, okay, let's just get Gimmick Puppets off, I guess? But after opening, there can be only one. I know he's using Machine, which is all the Gimmick Puppets, so that's a really tough spot for him to be in, obviously. And I can draw 2 more. I mean, I'm amassing a tremendous amount of advantage. I can actually attribute his effect. I don't know why. You know, I guess it is a real thing that you can do. And to draw another piece of interaction, just in case. But he is in a pretty bad spot. I can draw 2 more. I'm trying to draw into my Twin Twisters. Fortunately, I haven't yet, but not a big deal ever. He's only up for 1 more turn, and even if he tries to activate this Barrel Dragon's effect, I have protection from Fallen Paradise. So it doesn't matter anyways. I did open up that skill drain, which is fine, but it didn't matter because of all the advantage I had amassed at that point. Here is Heroes, which I'm sure you guys will play all the time at locals, because that's just how it rolls. And I open almost full combo. Not perfect, but not the worst. And that's going to get me my first. This will get me my second. So I think this is the most optimal version. You guys will notice I don't really use Uriah. I just... being able to open this and I think is the best. He did open up that Lightning Storm, which is really super unfortunate, but sometimes that's the way the news goes. But I'm thinking that I'm probably going to get OTK'd here, but we'll see what Heroes can do. I can never really understand Heroes. I've never played them myself, so sometimes they end. Sometimes it looks fantastic, and their end board just like isn't great. He has to get over a 4,000 attack monsters, which is never easy, especially one that has protection. I'm sure Malicious is probably great in a vacuum, but so he's able to attack over here and here. I feel okay. I got the Pot of Extravagance and my Dark Beckoning Beast, so it can't be the worst thing in the world. Go ahead and fire that off. And to draw, that's fine. At least I draw 2 forms of interaction. Gate is going to help me summon another beast here. That will get me my second copy of Hamon, and that'll... I obviously can't draw just yet, but that's fine. And I set myself up for next turn anyways. So I feel pretty good about this interaction here. And unfortunately for me, that's not enough. That is not over 4,000. Let's draw 2 here and see what I can get. That's pretty good, especially because I know they summon so much. And with the There Can Be Only One, that is going to be a tough spot for him because he is not going to be able to control as many warrior monsters. And I am crawling back from the depths of nothingness here. And he's going for search for Stratos. Got the negate for that, luckily. Got the Kaijus, which is fantastic. And Hamon's effect is pretty good when your players when your opponent's just like, oh, let me just set a bunch of monsters. And I got the second copy of Ash, which helps with the control aspect of the deck. And this should be lethal, if not really close. Nope, it's plenty enough. And that was against Heroes, so I came back from a Lightning Storm, which is great. Here's Invoke Dragma, which I'm sure a lot of people are playing right now. This is like OCG rules, so you have to excuse me for that. I did not mean to do that, but in any case, he's probably thinking I'm going combo. I don't draw what I need, so this backup plan to me is perfect. I got an Inspector Border, can't activate any monster effects at all, and so even if no matter what he sent, it doesn't matter. And I don't know what he's got going on back there, but I don't want to deal with it. This is a win condition in and of itself, guys, I promise you. And if they get rid of it, you're just setting up for your turn to go off that when it's your chance. He's got the Ghost Ogre. I'm not activating monster effects. Not that important to me. Going first, this is fine. So he's going to have to start playing defensive because Dragmas are all about extra deck and all that nonsense. So I feel pretty good about that. Drawing the Skill Drain almost assures to me that I'm going to win this one. I figure he may draw it to the out eventually, but again, I'm fine with that, especially because eventually he's not going to be able to set monsters. This pace of the game is all cool with me. He did draw into the Super Poly, which is unfortunate, so he gets the Makaba, which is kind of tough for me, but not the end of the world. So he goes ahead and negates that, but I'm like, okay, I can't have him online all the time, so... let's go into an Almirage, and I'm going to definitely be able to get into a Sacred Beast here, because I've just been amassing advantage all this time while he is losing it. His Dragon monsters are going to try to go off, but unfortunately they're not going to be able to on the field, and you got to get over 4,000 attack without summoning, basically, without any effects, which is not easy for most decks to do. And now that these are both online, I feel pretty darn good. And with Chaos Summoning Beast, obviously you're not under that sickness, the summoning sickness, which is fantastic. Just a few more here, guys. A few different decks that you guys can check out. Here's Monarchs, which you may think is a pretty bad matchup, but in reality it's not, so I can banish that. Lots of different lines of plays here, for sure. In the beginning I was more about the spell trap, about the spell removal, but I've changed a little bit of that opinion over time. With the Skill Drain, anytime you've Skill Drain protection, and now I guess you have interaction here, I'm going to go ahead and negate that because I don't want my Hamon to be tributed, and he goes ahead and concedes. So that was a quick duel for you guys. Here's Predaplants. And again, this was more of the trap-heavy version of the deck, but not bad to set this. This is a pretty good board here. There can be only one, plus the 2 crackdowns. Goes ahead and passes. I think he's pretty uncomfortable with There Can Be Only One. That's a tough spot to be in for him, so I'm fine with stalling, unlike him. This is all good to me. That was a pretty unfortunate top deck, because I could search it here, but what are you going to do? He can't search any plant monsters, so he's going into Predaplant, Scorpio, Beatdown. That's a great top deck, the 7 Spirits. Let's go ahead and grab that, and let's take his plant monster. That way I can tribute here, so a little janky, but not the most janky. was hoping to use Dark Summoning Beast again. I think it's silly. It's a hard Prince return, but that's just my opinion. Let's start gaining our advantage here. He goes ahead and put a plant on it, and I'm like, okay, let me protect it. That way I can at least summon my Uriah next turn, and I can go ahead and negate that if I really wanted to, but it doesn't matter anyways because I'm all good to go. Alright, and looks like this is the last one for you guys today. Here's Appliancers. So hopefully you guys have seen the bevy of work that is able to go, not only first, preferably first like most decks, but it can go second. Lots of room for hand traps in my version of the deck versus took out traps and tried to go for a more unilateral approach and go through that way. Again, pretty unfortunate top deck, but not the worst. I got protection and a 4,000 attack monster. It's like Malefics, but better. Basically. He's going to try to pop off a little bit, but luckily I do have that Called by the Grave, so that I do have my interaction for the turn, which is not bad. And from what I understand, they need 3. He's for the Fallen Paradise, which is pretty unfortunate, but I know they have to all be co-linked in order to have decent effects, and I was going to be able to attack in for a lot of damage. Both of these bad boys would be able to attack. That's going to do it for today's video, guys. I will be bringing you a deck profile pretty soon. I just... you guys saw the structure deck video, but obviously that's pretty... Most of it is garbanzo beans, so I did order the rest of what I need, and I'll be showing it to you pretty soon. Other than that, guys, if you liked the video, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.